Hello everyone, it's been a year since I completed my roundhouse. So I've got only one thing left, is to add power to my turntable. Have you noticed the price of N-scale stuff lately? It's crazy. I bid on something the other day. By mistake, I bid way too much. And then I was relieved somebody outbid me. That's awesome. But still, the prices out there are insane. Anyways, this thing came up for sale, 15 bucks. So I grabbed it right away. So that's the power kit for my Atlas turntable. I almost got a Kato one, but the problem with the Kato one is that it's just a little bit too short. I like to run big steam engines, and the big steam engines do not fit on the Kato turntable. So there you go, very simple mechanism, and it comes with a nice shed. There's a really cool opportunity here to paint this and paint it any color you want. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm pretty happy with it like that. Comes with instructions. I'm gonna show them to you just in case that you get one and you don't have the instructions. So that's pretty easy to put on. There's on the turn handle here. The turn handle here is fastened with 4 screws. So you use the same 4 screws to fasten the bottom of this, and then you just stick this little guy right over like that. Actually, yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do. Just stick that right over. Maybe I got it backwards. Oh no, there you go. It goes right over like that, and that's it. You have easy access if you want to work on it later on. Just go over the instructions real quick. So it also gives you a little bit of instructions on how to work the turntable. And how to wire everything. I'm going to take 2 still pictures of the instructions so you can have them available. I still have these selectors from when I was a kid, so that's awesome. I'm gonna wire it just a little bit differently. I've got a dedicated power pack, so I'm gonna wire the power pack directly to the drive unit. The power pack has a reverser on it, so I don't really need that at all. So that's it, just 2 wires DC. I've got an extra rubber band that they give you. They give you an extra rubber band just in case, which is nice to have. I'm gonna keep the box together. I'm gonna keep it in the box for future, so that it's easy to find in the future. So yeah, I think my big steam engines, for example, the Kato FEF3, I think it's just a little bit too long. I saw Daniel Cordapassi work on an 060. Posted that video not too long ago, and he does nice work. I'm a big fan. He does some really fancy things, and it's so nice to watch what he does. I also like when he does the reviews. He's very stern. He has very high expectations. You know, I guess I do too. So now I've got some nice wires ready. This, the whole roundhouse is very old school. Like I said, my controllers are from when I was a kid. So That, think about that. That is some good quality stuff. You buy something when you're 12 or 10, and you keep it for your whole life. You know, I wish everything was like that. Right now, what I see in the auto industry, the companies, they make things that last 5 years. I don't know about you guys. Do you change your cars every 5 years? I have my Camaro. I've been driving that for 20 years. Now that's more like it. Just trying to see if there's a space for the wires to come out. But there's way enough room here that won't interfere. So that's okay. I pre-drilled holes in my table to install this, because I had a good feeling that I was gonna get one of these days, and that day is today. So I'm gonna make a nice round bend out of these. Twist them around a little bit first. I'm gonna make a nice round bend. Right now, which side goes where is not very important, but that will come into play a little bit later on. Although really it's not really important, because you have a reverse direction on your power pack. Same thing here. I'm gonna make a nice twist. You want them to go like on the way you tighten. You want them to go so that as you tighten, it brings the loop in. If you do it the other way around, it might just undo your loop as you get it in there, and you don't want that. There, we'll just do them one at a time. Saves the headaches. There, that looks pretty good. Do the same thing on this side. Sometimes they fight you. That's all part of the game. And we'll make it tight. There, so then I can bring this now to the layout. I'm gonna move them engines out so I have some room to work. I had my holes pre-drilled for that, so that's gonna make everything easier today. So the handle just removes like that. Very easy to remove that, and then this plate that goes back. Basically, so I ran it for the whole year with the handle. It wasn't that painful. I do enjoy this turntable quite a bit. So that should just lift up nice and easy. So that just comes out like that. So while I have this apart, I'm going to show you guys how that works. So there's little gears down here. Basically, they turn this big gear. And this big gear, there's a channel here that goes like that. So right now it's indexed to one of the stalls. So as the gear turns, it's gonna go in the channel and move it to the next stall, and then as it comes out, it's indexed perfectly to the next stall, and then so forth and so on. So while I have this in my hands, I am gonna put a little bit of lubrication on it. Can't hurt. Put some lubrication on that. And I'll put some on the gears as well. So this one I'll put some on the side there. put some on the side. And on this little one too. This little one too is gonna get some. Maybe put some on here too, why not? Since I have it apart. Put some on these big gears. Definitely can't hurt. And I'm also going to put some lubrication on this little pin and on the back of my motor unit. On the back of the motor unit. And this pin also connects. And we'll put some on the worm gear. So that just goes over it like this. I'm gonna run my two wires through the hole now. Alright, so before I button everything back up, I'm gonna want to test it. So it runs a little slow. I could put it on the second notch. Which, it's pretty noisy, but at least it moves things along. So that's pretty neat. Now I can put these little screws back on. There we go. And I'll just tighten this up. Check it again. So that's really neat. And then I can put the little shed back on there. The good news is if I want to come back later and paint the shell later, I can. My wires are interfering with the shell just a little bit. I'm gonna try and see if what I want to decide to do here. I think that's gonna be swell. I'm gonna take my Dremel and I'm gonna make a little indentation in the shed. I only removed a little bit to help me pass the wires. So that should go over here and look real good. Alright, I have the opportunity to take it off again and paint it later. But for now, my main priority is going to be to play with my trains. This is the Kado FEF3. It's way too big to go in this turntable. But let's see if it will fit in the roundhouse. Fits pretty good. This is the Bachmann Heavy Mountain. It's just the right size for the turntable. Any bigger and it wouldn't fit. It's got to go into the roundhouse, but first it's got to get turned. There's plenty of time to stop it. This is the Bachmann Light Mountain, so that fits on there, no problem. Still gotta get turned around. You've got plenty of time to make sure it's indexed correctly. Yeah, these Bachmann Mountain, they are good runners. This is the Heritage Berkshire. Sometimes they're called Lifelike, sometimes Walters. I like this box. I really like it. It's got a little bit of paperwork for the history. I really like this, the way this is displayed. Alright, let's put it on the track. And it barely fits on this. The couplers go over the edge. So, but before I put it in the roundhouse, I have to turn it. They give you plenty of time to turn it off once it's indexed. And it's got a nice backup light. This is my favorite engine of all time. It's the Concord Cato J3A Hudson. And you can see the couplers also overhang on each side. So it just barely fits on there. So it still has to get turned. And that's the Kado Mikado. It's about exactly the same size as the Kado Japanese D51 or C62, and that's the biggest engine that can go on the Kado turntable. And that's why I chose this one, because I wanted to run long steam engines. But I still like these. They're awesome. Well, that's about it for today. My roundhouse is full. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.